today's topic, which is 5 ways to deal with procrastination. Now, the reason I chose this topic is because I think a lot of people experience procrastination at some point in their lives, some point in their day. So understanding procrastination and knowing why it's even in your life or why you're experiencing this is really important. I think it can really break you free from procrastination. So procrastination for some people is a stronger feeling, and can stop you from some really big important tasks that you need to do. And for some people, it's really just it's not as big. You can actually get on with tasks, but you have moments when you start to procrastinate. So today we are going to talk about different ways of dealing procrastination. But before we even do that, you need to understand what procrastination is. I know you feel it, but why? Where does it come from? Why is that happening in the first place? Now, there are various reasons, and sometimes it is related to a medical condition or in terms of ADHD or low executive functioning or autism, PDA. Okay, so there are reasons for procrastination, but there are also solutions for procrastination. So procrastination is when you don't feel, when you feel this dread of doing something, it stops you dead in your tracks. It doesn't get you don't become productive. You stop, you just don't have that energy even to do the work, do the task that you want to do. So you end up avoiding it. And the thing about procrastination is actually the behavior. Okay, it's not the feeling. The end result is procrastination. So we have to start looking back to work out why you're behaving in that way, why you're procrastinating. And that's because it's coming from your mindset and it's coming from your emotions. So we talked about dread, which is an emotion, right? It's a feeling of, oh my God, I really don't want to do this. And it's a feeling of fear and it's a feeling of anxiety. But then you have to go to the root cause of procrastination. And every task is different. Every task may have a different root cause, a source of procrastination, but the feeling is actually the same. The feeling is still that fear, it's anxiety, and it's avoidance. So last week we talked about having a strong mindset, and having a strong mindset can really impact in a positive way on procrastination. So practicing a strong mindset is really important. So go back to the previous video and have a look or listen to the different ways that you could create a strong mindset. So when you procrastinate generally on tasks that you don't like, tasks that feel overwhelming, tasks that feel like a huge mountain to climb. Do you ever procrastinate on tasks that you enjoy? Probably not, unless you have PDA. Then even if you enjoy the task, you might still procrastinate, but that's not procrastinating, that's avoidance. It's quite different. But generally, you will not procrastinate on things that you enjoy. If you enjoy going to the gym, you're not going to procrastinate. You're going to get up and you're going to go. If you enjoy playing tennis, you're going to get up and you're going to go. If you enjoy cleaning your house, some people don't, you're not going to procrastinate on it because you enjoy it. So really, again, we're looking at those feelings. It's about what you like and what you don't like. Now, I've been procrastinating on my bookkeeping for months on end now because I find it boring and I find it monotonous. But what that ends up doing for me is that then I now have this mountain of bookkeeping to do, and it then ends up spending hours doing it. Yes. Oh, no cleaning coach. Yeah, that's why I have a cleaner. I have to say I don't like it too. So, but really the whole reason for procrastination, I have to say, is not being in alignment with you. Okay. So it means that your mind, your emotions, your energy, and your actions are not coherent. And coherent means all in alignment. Okay. So being a coherent between all of these different parts of you will actually reduce that procrastination. Now, one thing I teach in my coaching program is how to become coherent. And we use the heart and the brain to become coherent and get into the flow with your life. Now, the other reason, the other thing that you do need to bear in mind is ebb and flow. Okay, your energy, just as how the ocean ebbs and flows, our energy ebbs and flows as well. And it may ebb and flow through in a day, or it may ebb and flow in a week, a month, or whatever it is. So you need to start learning about your own patterns. And when you learn when you are in flow, when you are ebbing means, you're resting and you're taking time to recharge, then it can seem like procrastination, but actually you're not procrastinating. You are just recharging your energy. Okay, so procrastination sometimes is quite a big topic, and I think there's a lot more to learn about it. And you have to really learn about you, your mindset, your emotions, and your energy. And actually, you can get a lot more done if you are well rested, if you've got the energy, and that actually plays a big role on your mindset, because then you feel positive and you can get things done. So there's a lot more behind the scenes that you need to look at, including nutrition, including sleep. Okay, there's so many things that play a role in procrastination. It's not just a straightforward topic. So every person is different. Now, what we're going to talk about now is 5 ways to deal with procrastination. Now, this is just a blanket, these are just ideas. You still, like I said, you still need to look at your life, where you are in the timeline of your life, and what is going on in your life as well. Okay. So the first thing is identifying the source of that emotion, that source of dread, that source of fear, that source of anxiety. So is it a bigger, if we're looking at longer procrastinations, like, I don't know, you really just don't want to get your driver's license, right? Is it because it's a fear of failure? Is it a fear of success? Is it avoidance of uncomfortable feelings such as embarrassment, just in case you get it wrong? Is it old beliefs that were instilled in you as a child? Maybe not even instilled, but sometimes it's just the way you've perceived something, like you are, not good enough at taking tests, for example. Or is it, an old belief instilled in you from school, receiving detention in school until you got your maths work correct? There are a number of reasons for procrastination. So it is something that you really have to delve deeper into, especially if it's an obstacle in your life and you need to identify what the source of the problem is. So the second one is, once you've identified the source of the feelings and you work on releasing those feelings, that is something I teach in my coaching programs, then your next step is to start taking action, like setting achievable goals. Okay, we talked about the mountain earlier. If you have, if you want to reach Mount Everest, for example, if you want to reach that peak, you have to take it in stages to reach the peak. You're not going to get there in one day, but you have to have, I know with climbing Mount Everest, there's different baselines. So that's what you need to do. You need to take action, small actions, and that are achievable. If you take actions that are actually achievable, You start with a small action and then you make it big. Start with a small goal and make it bigger and bigger and bigger as you go along. You're going to gain momentum and you're going to start achieving a lot more, because what you're doing is now you're working with your mindset, you're working with those emotions, and you're releasing those negative emotions that are impacting and causing procrastination. So this, setting achievable goals will give you targets to work towards, and it'll make it easier to stay focused on your tasks. The third way is useful strategies. A useful strategy is to break down larger tasks into more measurable pieces. Now, I use this in school for children, so this is a good tip for kids. Whatever task that they've got in front of them, you break it down, right? First, you do one piece of work, then you do the next piece, then you do the next piece, then you do the next piece. And in the end, you have the big picture. It all comes together, right? This will make the challenge more achievable, and it will allow you to complete it in smaller increments rather than attempting to do it all at once. So sometimes when you look at, that peak of mountain, you will begin, you will start to feel that anxiety will start, and immediately will start to procrastinate or avoid it. Okay, so break it down into smaller tasks. Okay, so the next one is remove any distraction. Honestly, we've really got to get to grips with this. We've got distractions all around us. We've got the phone, we've got iPads, we've got computers, we've got TV, we've got Amazon knocking on the door. You've got a whole, okay, maybe you can't avoid Amazon knocking on the door, but you do have a whole load of distractions. And this is when we have to become quite disciplined with ourselves. We have to become, we have to practice discipline. And the way to practice that discipline is give yourself some time to do a task, whatever the task is, right? Even washing the dishes, give yourself some time. And if it takes, give yourself 20 minutes first, then take a break. And when you give yourself that time, just shut all distractions off, shut the TV off, put your phone on sleep, and just make sure that you can focus yourself, because once you are distracted, your brain is easily just gone in another direction and you lose momentum on what you've already started. Okay, and the final one, the fifth one, I would say, is give yourself rewards for reaching milestones with your project. This will provide you with a sense of accomplishment and can help motivate you to get the task done. So we call this feed the beast. Celebrate, when you have achieved something, you've got to give yourself that part of you that works so hard on that. Give it a reward, whatever the reward may be. It doesn't have to be huge, a big reward. It could just be a small reward. And celebrate your wins every single day. Celebrate your wins. Again, it's changing that mindset. It's you starting to see that you're actually achieving a lot more than you think you are achieving, right? Your brain's job is to keep you safe. So it's always looking out for danger and it's always looking out for negatives. So don't believe everything it thinks, okay? What you've got to do is you've got to see the evidence of what you are achieving. And if you are still on this planet, then you are achieving. You're achieving every single day. But you just got to see what you're achieving and start to celebrate that. We call those the small wins. Okay, so it just makes you then get that momentum, and it helps you to want to achieve the next goal and achieve the next goal and achieve the next goal. So rewarding yourself after a milestone will keep you motivated and keep you going. Okay, so if procrastination is a big problem for you, and it is for some people, it is for many children that I've worked with as well, then may I suggest you, and you would like some help, so come, may I suggest you come on a call, get on a call with me, a free call, and we can talk about what is stressing you out, why you're procrastinating, and how you can become more productive in your everyday tasks. So if you would like a free call, just comment yes below and my team will send you a link, or you could just send me a private DM, and that's all right too. So I'm wishing you all the best for today, and I will catch you again next week. Take care. Bye.